Most asked interview questions and answers: tell me about yourself. Your interviewers will likely start out with a question about you and your background to get to know you. Start by giving them an overview about your current position or activities, then provide the most important and relevant highlights from your background that make you the most qualified for the role. If you'd like, it is generally acceptable to include some light personal details about things like your pets, hobbies, or family. Doing so can help you be more memorable and personable to the interviewer. Example: tell me about yourself. Currently, I serve as the assistant to 3 of the company's 5 executive team members, including the CEO. During my time at the organization, I have been recognized for my time management skills, writing abilities, and commitment to excellence. From my 12 years of experience as an executive assistant, I've developed the ability to anticipate roadblocks and create effective alternative plans. My greatest value to any executive is my ability to work independently, freeing up their time to focus on the needs of the business. It's clear that you're looking for someone who understands the nuances of managing a CEO's busy day and can proactively tackle issues. As someone with a sharp eye for detail and a drive to organize, I thrive on making sure every day has a clear plan and every plan is clearly communicated. 2. How would you describe yourself? When interviewers ask you to talk about yourself, they're looking for information about how your qualities and characteristics align with the skills they believe is required to succeed in the role. If possible, include quantifiable results to demonstrate how you use your best attributes to drive success. Example: how would you describe yourself? I am a vigilant and proactive security officer working to ensure safe, secure, and orderly environments. I'm also a lifelong learner, always seeking out the latest security equipment and techniques to patrol buildings. Lastly, I am thorough in documenting all incidents and actively making suggestions to management about security improvements and changes. 3. What makes you unique? Employers often ask this question to identify why you might be more qualified than other candidates they're interviewing. To answer, focus on why hiring you would benefit the employer. As you don't know the other applicants, it can be challenging to think about your answer in relation to theirs. Addressing why your background makes you a good fit will let employers know why your traits and qualifications make you well prepared. Example: what makes you unique? Example: what makes me unique is my experience of 4 years in retail. Because I've had first-hand experience fielding shoppers' questions, feedback, and complaints, I know what customers want. I know what it takes to create a positive consumer experience through marketing. 4. Why do you want to work here? Interviewers often ask this question as a way to determine whether or not you took time to research the company and to learn why you see yourself as a good fit. The best way to prepare for this question is to do your homework and learn about the products, services, mission, history, and culture of this workplace. In your answer, mention the aspects of the company that appeal to you and align with your career goals. Explain why you are looking for these things in an employer. Example: why do you want to work here? The company's mission to help college graduates pay off their student loan debt speaks to me. I've been in that situation and I'd love the opportunity to work with a company that's making a difference. Finding a company with a positive work environment and values that align with my own has remained a priority throughout my job search, and this company ranks at the top of the list. 5. What interests you about this role? Like the previous question, hiring managers often include this question to make sure you understand the role and to give you the opportunity to highlight your relevant skills. In addition to thoroughly reading the job description, it can be helpful to compare the role requirements against your skills and experience. Choose a few things you particularly enjoy or excel at and focus on those in your answer. Example: what interests you about this role? Like the previous question, hiring managers often include this question to make sure you understand the role and to give you the opportunity to highlight your relevant skills. In addition to thoroughly reading the job description, it can be helpful to compare the role requirements against your skills and experience. Choose a few things you particularly enjoy or excel at and focus on those in your answer.
6. What motivates you? Employers ask this question to gauge your level of self-awareness and ensure your sources of motivation align with the role. To answer, be as specific as possible, provide real-life examples and tie your answer back to the job role. Example: what motivates you? Making a true difference in the lives of my patients and their families motivates me to strive for excellence in everything I do. I look forward to seeing my patients' reaction when we get a positive outcome that will change their lives forever. That's why I became a nurse and why I'm pursuing a position in pediatrics. 7. What are you passionate about? Much like the previous question about motivation, employers might ask what you are passionate about to better understand what drives you and what you care most deeply about. This can help them understand whether you are a good fit for the role and if it fits into your larger goals. To answer, select something you are genuinely passionate about, explain why you're passionate about it, give examples of how you pursued this passion and relate it back to the job. Example: what are you passionate about? As an experienced, service-oriented professional with more than a decade of experience working in boutique salons, I thrive on creating a welcoming environment for all clients and providing the highest quality skincare services. My specialized training, along with my interpersonal skills, has helped me become adept at developing long-term, trusted relationships that help to build a loyal client base. These relationships are the reason I'm excited to go to work every day. 8. Why are you leaving your current job? There are many reasons for leaving a job. Prepare a thoughtful answer that will give your interviewer confidence that you're being deliberate about this job change. Instead of focusing on the negative aspects of your current or previous role, focus on the future and what you hope to gain in your next position. Example: why are you leaving your current job? I'm looking for an opportunity that gives me the ability to build closer, long-term relationships with clients. In my current role, the sales cycle is so short that I don't spend as much time building a rapport with my customers as I'd like. Relationship building is one of the reasons I chose a career in sales, and I look forward to working with a company in which that's a top priority. 9. What are your greatest strengths? This question gives you an opportunity to talk about your technical and soft skills. To answer, share qualities and personal attributes and then relate them back to the role for which you are interviewing. Example: what are your greatest strengths? I'm a natural problem solver. I find it rewarding to dig deep and uncover solutions to challenges. It's like solving a puzzle. It's something I've always excelled at and something I enjoy. Much of product development is about finding innovative solutions to challenging issues, which is what drew me to this career path in the first place. 10. What are your greatest weaknesses? It can feel awkward to discuss your weaknesses in an environment where you are expected to focus on your accomplishments. However, when answered correctly, sharing your weaknesses can show that you are self-aware and want to continuously get better at your job, traits that are extremely attractive to many employers. Remember to start with the weakness and then discuss the measures you've taken to improve. This way, you are finishing your answer on a positive note. Example: what are your greatest weaknesses? I sometimes have trouble saying no, and end up overwhelmed by my workload. Earlier in my career, I would take on so many projects that I'd work evenings and weekends. It was stressful. I realized this was counterproductive, so I started using workload management tools and setting better expectations for myself and my teammates. 11. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Understanding how you imagine your life in the future can help employers understand whether the trajectory of the role and company fits in with your personal development goals. To answer, provide general ideas about the skills you want to develop, the types of roles you would like to be in, and the things you would like to have accomplished. Example: where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I'd like to be an industry expert in my field with the ability to train and mentor students and entry-level designers. I would also like to gain specialized knowledge in user experience to be a well-rounded contributor working with design and marketing teams on large-scale projects that make a difference in the company and to the global community. 12. What is your salary range expectation? Interviewers ask this question to make sure your expectations are in line with the amount they've budgeted for the role. If you give a salary range exceedingly lower or higher than the market value of the position, it gives the impression that you don't know your worth. Research the typical compensation range for the role on Indeed Salaries and request for the higher side of your range. Be sure to let the hiring manager know if you're flexible with your rate. Example: what is your salary range expectation? Example: in 5 years, I'd like to be an industry expert in my field with the ability to train and mentor students and entry-level designers. I would also like to gain specialized knowledge in user experience to be a well-rounded contributor working with design and marketing teams on large-scale projects that make a difference in the company and to the global community. 13. Why should we hire you? While this question may seem like an intimidation tactic, interviewers generally bring this up to offer you another opportunity to explain why you're the best candidate. Your answer should address the skills and experience you offer and why you are a good culture fit. Example: why should we hire you? I have a passion for application development that's grown stronger over the course of my 5-year career. The company's mission aligns with my personal values, and from my limited time in the office, I can already tell this is the sort of positive culture in which I would thrive. I want to work for a company that has the potential to reshape the industry, and I believe you're doing just that.